Hello, my darling friends, and welcome back to Center. It's day 16, and we have a sweet little ditty that I like to call your kindness reminder practice. So hop into something comfy, and let's get started. All right, let's begin on our tummies today. Come on down to the ground. If you just had a meal, I apologize. You can actually start on your back if you, for some reason, just had a meal. It happens. You're trying to fit in your daily yoga, and that is okay for this journey. All right, come on down to the ground. You're gonna stack one palm on top of the other hand. Create a little pillow for your forehead. Before you look down, you might take a look at the screen. See Benji's here looking out the rainy day window. And then draw your head down to the ground and bring your big toes to touch, allowing your heels to splay out left to right. And then you're just gonna start rocking the hips a little left to right, very gently. And close your eyes, soften through the jaw, and then relax the rocking back and forth, and relax everything. All right, this is a sweet 16 practice. An opportunity to reconnect to loving kindness for yourself. What do you say? We're going to start with a pretty fun breath called crocodile breath. You can stay in this position and just allow the sound of my voice to guide you. So your belly's on the ground. And if you're on your back, you can just breathe into your hands on your belly. But if you're like me, belly on the ground, you can imagine the front of your body, the belly is like the alligator or the crocodile belly. All right, hang with me. And when you breathe in, you'll feel that inhalation travel down into the belly, and you'll feel the belly protrude and press against the earth, and you feel the low back, even the hips rise. And then on the exhale, of course, it all softens and it falls. And that's it. Let's keep it going. Try again. Big inhale, breathe. Directional breath, it goes down into the belly. You can feel the belly protrude, press against the yoga mat. The low back expands, the hips even rise a little bit, and then exhale, it falls all the way down. If you're modifying this for any reason, you can work on diaphragmatic breathing with the hands on the belly, either seated on your back or maybe if you're pregnant on your side. Wherever you are, let's take 3 to 4 more full breaths like this. Feeling that inhalation travel down and expand. And on the exhale, it softens and releases up and out the nose or mouth. And take one more cycle of breath here. And then today's a great day to once again consider not just what we're doing here on the mat, but how you're doing it, how you move. So imagine for this first transition, you're moving like water, whatever that means to you. We're going to lift the head. We're going to draw the shoulders underneath. Excuse me. the elbows underneath the shoulders. I got kind of into it. And then we'll bring the toes in line with the knees in line with the hips. And we're coming into a gentle Sphinx pose here. Open up through the chest, breathe in, breathe out. Then slow and steady, we'll lift the hips up, keep the arms where they are, and you're gonna come into that heart to earth posture, puppy pose, opening up through the shoulders. When you get there, breathe in deeply and breathe out. Again, finding a little water-like motion today, especially in the transitions, but even in the postures, allowing the breath to move you wherever you need to be moved today, or however you need to be moved today. All right, lift the elbows one at a time and walk the hands out, curl the toes under, and let's send the hips up high and back, downward facing dog. Now find a soft bend in the knees. And find any movement that feels good here as you continue to breathe slowly and deeply. And then you're going to step the right foot to the middle of the mat and then the left foot to the middle of the mat. So you're ragdoll in the middle of your mat. And you're going to take your hands and you're going to bring them underneath the feet here. Peek at me if you need to. Toes up against the wrists here. Feet are hip width apart or a little wider if you need a wider base for more stability. And then draw your navel up and in, allow your head to relax over, and you can shift your center a little forward and back here to stretch deeply through the forearms. Not everyone likes to do this, but some may find a little wiggling of the toes to be nice, massaging the base of the palm. Of course, stretching the wrist. Inhale in. Exhale to release the hands. You're going to walk the palms forward. Take one foot back into plank and then the other. Inhale in here. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale for cobra, rise up. And then just find a little fluid motion as you float it back down. So soft, easy movement today. All the way, curl the toes under. Press up to all fours. Drop the belly. Let's walk, make sure you walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Then drop the belly, open the chest, look forward. And exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest. Now, this is where you're gonna start, cat-cow, but again, I'd like to invite you to start to explore on your own what feels good. Maybe bumping the hips left to right. Maybe you take the rib cage in those circular motions we've done before. Maybe you start drawing a figure eight with your heart center, moving the hips back, side, front. Maybe it's just a fluidity here, checking in with the areas of the body that are pulling your attention, maybe the feet, and the neck. If you're like, I don't know what to do, trust you do. Don't decide where it ends. That's a good pro tip. Just don't decide where it ends. And then take this kind of funky little dance that we've created, and again, with a fluid-like motion, make your way to downward facing dog once again. Great, then step one foot, then the other to center, and then step one more time to the top. Feet together, really together. Forward fold. Bend the knees, slowly roll up to stand. Maybe allow your fingertips to trace the tops of the legs. And we'll come to stand up nice and tall in mountain pose, Tadasana. Invitation to close your eyes here as you squeeze through the legs. Feel your connection to the earth with your feet, whatever that means to you. And kind of keeping up with our water theme. Swim the fingertips out and around. You're going to interlace them behind the back. Draw the knuckles down and open up through the chest. And then take some small circles with the nose here, one way. Breathe. And then the other. Nice. Then release the bind. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, float the fingertips down as you come into your fold. Lovely. Step the left foot back, right knee bends. You're gonna lower the back knee down, and then you're gonna turn the left toes over towards the right side of your yoga mat. So it looks like this. Nice. Then we're gonna bring the right hand to the right arch of the foot, and then place it down on the ground and inhale, open up through the left arm all the way up towards the sky. Deep breath in here. And as you exhale, hug the lower ribs in, navel draws in and up, and we come to a bit of a modified warrior two. Pull the pinkies back, lift your chest. Nice. Then keep this front foot rooted. You're gonna take the left hand all the way down to the back. You can come onto the fingertips or the full palm, or maybe a block. And breathe here. When you're ready, right fingertips reach back, and we're gonna turn the right toes in, straighten the right leg, root down through that right heel. Inhale in deeply. Softly like water, we're gonna bend the front knee and we're gonna come all the way through back to that nice low lunge. Lift the back knee, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step that back foot up to meet the front. Good. Inhale, lift up halfway from here. Exhale to soften and fold. Good. Take another breath here. Inhale in. And exhale out. Second side. Fingertips or palms to the earth. We're going to step the right foot back. Bend the left knee. Then lower the right knee, and we're going to take the right toes now behind to the left edge of the mat. All right, left hand comes to the earth inside the left leg here next to the left arch, and then nice and slow, as if you're pulling a bow and arrow, you're going to open up right fingertips across the chest all the way up, and you can kind of squeeze or hug your left knee in towards your right elbow and then press your right elbow into your left knee. Good. Inhale in deeply. Exhale, draw the navel in from center. That's where we initiate the movement all the way up, stacking the spine. A little modified warrior two. Pull the pinkies back. Keep the deep bend in the front knee. Nice. Inhale in from center. It begins to move as we tilt back. Bring the right hand or right fingertips to the earth, left fingertips to the sky. Now straighten that left leg, dial the left toes in. Breathe deeply. And then exhale, left fingertips reach all the way for the full expression. Neck is nice and long, so we're not collapsed with the right ear down, but we're lengthening through the crown of the head. Inhale in. Exhale, navel draws in and back as we bend the front knee, we soften and slowly sweep everything back to that nice low lunge. Lift the back knee. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, feet together at the top of your mat. Nice. Interlace the fingertips behind the heels or the calves. Bend both elbows left to right and draw the nose in towards the navel here for one breath as you breathe deeply. Bend the knees as much as you need here. Big stretch. And then slowly release. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale to soften and fold. Bend the knees again. Spread the fingertips, root to rise here. Press into the earth as you slowly reach all the way up. Big breath, big stretch. Capture something above the head and bring it all the way back down to your heart, mountain pose. Take a deep breath here. Inhale in. And exhale, let it go. All right, so we're gonna turn now to one side of your choice. We're gonna step the feet nice and wide. We're gonna end with a little standing wide-legged flow. You're like, what may that be? Well, let me show you. So we're gonna start in star pose. Send the fingertips out. You're creating a big, like X marks the spot. Or I like to think of it as like the X on the map or the star, like you are here. All right, so take up space. If you feel brave or comfortable trying this with the eyes closed, go ahead and give it a try. Everyone breathe. You might wiggle the fingertips. And just notice if you're collapsing into your feet here. See if you can draw some energy up from the arches, through the inseam of the leg. All right, then bat the eyelashes open. We're gonna start with just a sway. We know how to sway. Imagine you're at a concert. Remember those? Just kidding. Going back and forth. And the next time you sway to the left, you're gonna bend your knees softly and you're gonna take it all the way around, sweep towards the earth, or maybe fingertips touch the earth, and then up and repeat. Now you find a breath pattern here that feels awesome for you. This is the last little dance we're going to do before we close. So please gift yourself with nice, sweet breath pattern here. You do not have to move at the same tempo as me. And then reversing it if you haven't already. I like to slow it down a bit so I can really feel what's going on. What's going on in my body and in my soul. The next time you're down, let it all hang. Turn the toes in slightly and maybe relax the weight of the head. Close your eyes, inhale lots of love in. And exhale, lots of love out. All right, hands come to the waistline, bend your knees, and slowly begin to bring the head back up over the heart. Option here to slowly walk the feet together or bend the knees and hop them together in one swift hippity hop. Whatever you chose, just trust. It's all good. These choices we make on our mat, they're all for exploration. I find that many of us, me included, we're just so incredibly unnecessarily hard on ourselves, period. But then we come to the mat for a centering practice and we're extremely and sometimes excruciatingly judgmental. So this is just a day to kind of help us remember that the more loving kindness we can implement into this time on the mat with ourselves, the better that starts to trickle out into all of our relationships and into the world. Right, Benji? Yeah, I'm gonna take that as a yes. Let's draw the palms together. Squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Inhale, exhale, drop them. One more time. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, drop them. All right, that's it for today. Let's bring the thumbs up to the third eye nice and slow. Wishing you well, all the loving kindness that you are worthy of. You are so worthy. You deserve it all. And the fact that you showed up here today just proves that to me. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you. Take good care.